Hey guys, so this is the first freezer meal that I'm going to do. We make doubling the recipe, so one of them we will be having tonight, and then the next one I'll be freezing and we'll have it another night. So the recipe is from Reed Drummond. This is on the Food Network website. I saw this on Facebook where she did like the little fast video, but you can either go to foodnetwork.com or look on the Food Network website. Alright, so the ingredients you'll need, and this is for a doubled recipe. She does a little over 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm doing ground beef and ground turkey. A whole thing of egg noodles, 2 cans of tomato sauce, cheddar cheese, green onions, sour cream, cottage cheese, salt, pepper, and she puts red pepper flakes, which I'm going to do the same thing. So I have my water boiling for my noodles, so I'm going to go ahead and cook those up. Alright, so we have our noodles already cooked, and we're going to add in our sour cream, and this recipe is doubled. So I'm going to set this off to the side while everything else cooks. Alright, so my meat is browned. I realize that my cans of tomato sauce is smaller than hers. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water into these cans to get some of the actual... Alright. And then we're going to add pepper. And salt. That doesn't look a lot, but she said a half a teaspoon for one. So you want to make sure you flavor every part of it. And then she put red pepper flakes. Remember, always smush it up in your hand. And then we're just going to cook this for a little bit. I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes just to cook and get some good flavor going. Alright, so I have everything ready to go. We have our meat sauce, we have our noodles and mixture, and then we have some cheddar cheese. And I have my 2 pans, one for the freezer and one for tonight's dinner. So now I'm just going to assemble. We'll do some noodles, sauce, cheese. Noodles, sauce, cheese. Okay, so they're both done. This one I'm gonna let cool down before I do anything with it by putting it in the refrigerator or freezer. I would say if you're using a 13 by 9, which I'm pretty sure that's what her recipe said, use some more noodles. I think her noodles were a little bit bigger than mine because it definitely doesn't like fill up. So maybe like a bag and a half, maybe 2 bags. It just didn't fill, and you definitely need the extra meat, or you can just go with a little bit of a smaller pan and it would work just fine. So I'm going to preheat my oven. I think it was 375 and cook this one, and then we're going to stick this one in the freezer. Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to make chicken pot pie for dinner and for the freezer. So this is my second freezer meal. So what you'll need, and if you're just a little bit smarter than me and take this tip, you will buy this stuff all in the freezer section. Why I didn't, I don't know, but you'll need corn, green peas, carrots, onions, which you can get all of this in the freezer section. These 3 actually come in one bag. I don't know why I didn't put that together, but I didn't. And then it also calls for celery. I do not like cooked celery. I just think it tastes disgusting. So I am leaving it out. You will need some, if you are freezing this, you will need pie shells, which I got these at the Dollar Tree, and it comes with three 9-inch rounds, and it comes with the little lids that you can write on. And I'm actually going to use 2 of these for dinner, so that I will have no cleanup besides all of this mess. So, corn, peas, carrots, onion. Leave it whatever you like. What you don't like, you'll need flour, chicken stock, evaporated milk or cream, butter, salt and pepper, chicken, I'm using thighs, and pie crust. Definitely this would probably be cheaper like in the holiday season when this stuff probably goes on sale. These are not the cheapest, and you can also make your own. But also a tip, leave these out for a couple minutes before you handle them so that they unroll a lot easier. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start cooking my chicken because we need 2 cups of chicken. And the recipe, I will put it in the description. The recipe does say that this is for 2 pies. So it's just easier just to do it that way, and then you'll have one in the freezer instead of trying to divide it out. So I'm going to let my pie crust sit out, and I'm going to cook my chicken. And while my chicken is cooking, I'm going to start cutting my carrots and onions. So the next step just kind of goes pretty fast. I got my wooden spoon, so I have my pot heated up. We're going to melt some butter. And this is where you combine everything. So I don't know how much it's going to make. I'm just using the biggest pot that I have. I don't know the actual size, but it's a nice size soup pot. But we're going to let this melt, and then I'm going to add my carrots and onions, and then you would in your celery if you did celery, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I have everything ready to go, and I realized corn is not in the recipe. I was actually replacing the celery with the corn because I don't like celery. So you can do that or do not. Do whatever you want. I don't care. So anyway, so I've got everything ready. I have my half a cup of flour, 1 cup of milk, evaporated milk, cream, whatever, 2 cups of chicken stock, and this is like probably like a half a cup of corn, a cup of green peas, and this is like a little bit more than probably about 2 cups, maybe a little bit more chicken. And I'm gonna put it in this order, like this. And so I have this ready to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start dumping and fixing. salt and pepper, and then a couple seasonings of my own. So I have a little bit of oregano, parsley, and rosemary. I don't know. I don't want it to be too bland, because I know like a flour mixture, flour and water, or flour and chicken stock, it kind of can be bland sometimes. So you want to make sure you add flavor. So if you have like chicken flavoring or whatever, you know, you could make this a curry chicken pot pie by adding curry. So it does say to let this cool down, which I didn't read that until just now. So I'm gonna pull this off the stove and let it cool down and then put it in the pie shells. All right, so I have never frozen pie crust, or really, I think I've made 2 freezer meals, and one didn't turn out well, so it just scares me. So I'm gonna open up one of these. It's still cold. This is what I hate about getting these pie crusts. Okay, maybe it won't mess up. Whew. All right. Okay. So I did just taste my filling to make sure it doesn't need any more seasonings, because the last thing you want to do is add a bunch of salt and pepper to it. So. There's a light right there, but I'm just going to write the instructions on here. 375.